Oh, rotate your phone. You can't turn while recording. We're good. Hey everybody, welcome to our Facebook Live. If you are suffering from headaches, this is going to be great for you. You're going to love watching this video. So if you or somebody you know has headaches, you may want to tag them in on this. I'm going to provide 3 maneuvers that you can do at home on your own. And if you stick around, I'll give you a 4th one, which will kind of be like a bonus for all you sinus headache sufferers. It was yesterday, I think we saw about 7 or 8 headache sufferers in a row. I taught them these maneuvers on their own. There's so many things you could do for headaches. But I will tell you, as you know, if you have a headache, it is just one of the worst things you can deal with, so you're willing to try anything. A lot of people rely just on medication, and eventually that can kind of hurt their stomach and hurt their other organs, so we want to try to get off of that as much as we can. So if you haven't heard from me before, my name is Dr. Andrew Smith from the Head and Neck Centers of Excellence. I am so glad you're here joining us live, and we are going to be doing lots of these videos. Lots of our patients have asked us to kind of do these, so if you're following along, hope you find this valuable. So to start off today, I want to share with you my good trusty friend here, Gertrude, and I don't know where I came up with Gertrude. I'm just going to roll with that because it kind of looks like a Gertrude to me. I don't know what you think. But when you look at the skull here, you'll notice that the skull has different bones, and these bones are referred to as flat bones. And when we talk about relieving pressure, there's some controversy you should know about these skull bones, because a lot of times we're taught that these bones don't move. And because they don't have traditional, joints that are ligaments and muscles that can actually move your body, the flat bones, they don't have that. So they've historically been considered non-movable. But we know that that's not necessarily altogether true. There's some information that has come out over the years in research that says perhaps they are movable. For this purpose, don't worry about that, because if you have headaches, this works, and that's really the bottom line. So if you look at the skull, these flat bones, we have the occipital bone here. These are called the parietal bones, and of course this is what we refer to as the frontal bone, and then we have other bones around the orbit and the cheekbones as well. So some of the maneuvers I recommend for folks, the first maneuver that might be useful if you have headaches, I kind of love this maneuver because this is a real easy one that anyone can do who has a headache, but we use this part of your hand, and this is referred to as the thenar eminence. And what happens is this meaty part of your hand, we want to go underneath your skull, and we want to kind of scoop up. And you want to kind of do like a pumping action. So it would look something like this. And as you turn and pump, you actually want to do a hold. And you'll notice almost sometimes an immediate release of a headache, especially when somebody has like a migraine headache or a severe tension headache. That can be really useful. I love that maneuver because it also helps with the neck, and there are sometimes these headaches are created actually from the neck. So if you lift the skull up off of that, you're actually creating release and tension of that neck. If you've ever heard of this condition called sciatica, where the nerve in the lower back is pinched that goes down the leg and it screams leg pain, well, it's the same here. If the nerves in the neck get pinched, it screams head pain. So by lifting that occipital bone up off the neck, it can provide an enormous amount of relief. And again, you want to make sure that you're not sliding up the hairline or the skin, but you're actually pushing enough where you're just lifting the bone. That's a real important thing. The second maneuver that I like to teach people is that, again, if you take this part of your hand, the meaty part, and you contact your cheekbone, and then that frontal bone I told you about, and basically you're going to do a compression together. So you're going to be taking your frontal bone pushing this way, your cheekbone pushing up, and again you're releasing pressure in this motion. The delicate orbital structures here, you want to be careful you're not sliding or rubbing or scraping your skin, but you actually have enough pressure where you're just trying to move the skull bones, again not squeezing together but lifting. It was a real key component. The third key maneuver is when we relieve pressure on this thing called the sphenoid bone. The sphenoid bone has like wings to it, and it's in the front and around the orbit. And so what I like to tell people is take your thumbs and go just like maybe above your ear and kind of a little bit forward, so you're not on your temporals, right? You don't want to be on those guys. That really hurts if you have a headache, I know. I've had it, it's terrible. But if you kind of come back a little bit, and again, you take your thumbs and you want to get push up, and you actually feel like instant relief. And again, you want to kind of make sure you're not pushing in, but you're actually sliding up. Can really provide relief on some of those temporal bones. If you have someone you know who has headaches or yourself, feel free to share this video with them. There's lots of folks this might be able to, even if it's temporary relief, you have to do this a couple times a day, it can really help out. So my bonus, and for all you sinus headache sufferers, I see that a lot where these chronic sinus pressure feeling is just a really uncomfortable scenario. One of the best ways that you can kind of relieve that pressure is, again, by using your thumbs. You want to come up on the bridge of your nose and then on the top of your orbit, and you want to almost spread apart. So you would take your thumb on the bridge of your nose here and reach around on the top of your orbit, and you want to kind of spread apart. Now again, be careful that you're not sliding or pulling or irritating skin or stretching your eyeball or anything like that. You want to just make sure you're pushing in enough where you're not sliding on the skin. That's a real good thing for sinus headaches, can really be helpful. So hope you found some of this information valuable. Hey, listen, PM me if you have any more questions. I'll be doing videos each week now on Facebook Live. So if you have any things that you perhaps want me to go over in the next video or have any questions about this, feel free to email us or feel free to PM this if you have any questions. Don't forget to like the video and, of course, share it for those who you care about. Okay, signing off, Dr. Andrew Smith, Head and Neck Centers of Excellence. Hope you have a great day.